Hey guys, I'm Eileen and welcome to my channel. In my last video, which was my art supply haul video, I mentioned how I was almost done with my current sketchbook, and I just recently finished it, so I figured we could start my new sketchbook. So let's get into it. So the sketchbook that I got for my newest sketchbook is a moleskin sketchbook. I've heard a lot of great things about this brand, and I've seen a lot of other artists use them, and the paper just seems so great, and I've been really curious about trying a moleskin, so I'm really happy to have gotten one. It was a little pricey. It was like $32. I got it at Barnes & Noble. I don't know if that changes the price at all, but it was a little pricey, but I absolutely love the paper of the sketchbook. It's so perfect. Compared to the sketchbook that I was currently using, it is so much better. I talk more about it in my art haul video, which I will link if I can figure out how to do that. But yeah, compared to the paper I was using in my old one, this is quite an update. Now, for this video, originally I was just going to put a sticker on the front cover like I did on my other sketchbook. I had put a sticker from Sketches of Shay on it, which I love her stickers. They're absolutely beautiful. And in the first page of the sketchbook, I drew a little lemon guy. And originally that was going to be the entire video. I wasn't going to do anything else. But then for some reason I decided to write 17 on the front cover, and I absolutely hated the way it looked. I wrote it so off center, and I wrote it in the worst handwriting possible, and it looked awful. So I decided that the only way to fix that was to paint on the whole cover, and honestly I'm really glad that I did, because I really liked how it turned out. So I guess it was a happy little accident, as Bob Ross would say. So on the front cover, I decided to paint something inspired by Tangled. Since recently I've been getting back into it a lot. I watched the movie with my little sister again, and it's just, I forgot how good that movie is. When I was younger, that was like my childhood movie. I watched that movie so many times. I've been watching it since I was like 2. That movie just made up my entire childhood. So if you've seen Tangled, you've definitely seen this painting that I'm doing. This is the painting that Rapunzel paints like over her fireplace, and it's of her sitting on like a tree looking at the floating lights. And it's a painting that she shows to Mother Gothel when she's trying to tell her like, oh, I want to go see the floating lights. And I just thought that it was so pretty, and I loved how it was a long painting, and it fit the cover so perfectly. And the color of my sketchbook is already like a darker blue, and I thought that it would work really well as a base for the sky, since it's already a lot of dark colors that are going on top of it. So yeah, I just thought it would be kind of cute, and it is kind of cute, so. Also, a little random update for the channel, I guess. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the audio is probably a little bit different because I finally got like an actual microphone. It's what is it called? It's on the microphone. Let me read it. It's called a Zell Sound microphone, and I'm really liking it so far. It's really great. It's easy to just like hold in my face. I don't know if you guys saw one of my older videos. It's my Learn to Fail video, but I showed my face in that video, and I used this tiny little microphone that I got for like $8, I think off like the TikTok shop or something, and it was the crappiest little mic ever. I had to hold it so close to my face for it to work, and it's just it honestly made the sound quality sound worse than just using my phone. So yeah, I'm very glad that I got a microphone because I think it sounds much better and much clearer. Let me know what you guys think of the mic quality, if you like it or not. And yeah, so just a little channel update. But anyways, back to the painting. I started off with the base colors. I did the base green part the like land that she's on, and then I did the sky. I think at first I made the sky a little bit too bright, but eventually I toned it down a little bit and I made it darker, and I think that was the right decision to do because it made the floating lights just pop so much more when the background is darker. Then I went and added in the trees. I first started out with a sketch and I used the Artex markers to do just a little outline of where I wanted the trees to go. And at first, when I was painting the trees, I think I accidentally made them like not dark enough to contrast from the background that they were on. And I go over it a few times. I don't show all the clips because I worked on those trees like for so long, like an embarrassing amount of time, because for some reason they just weren't looking right to me, and like they kept on just fading into the background because I think it's like dark green on top of dark green, so they're not really popping as much. But I think eventually I got it to a good tone to where you can still see the trees, but it's both the background and the trees are still a dark tone, but still having some contrast there. And I think this is my first time ever actually painting on a sketchbook that I own. Majority of the time I just put some stickers on it and call it a day, and I think that's what most people do, and I've always been fine with that, and I think doing that always looks really great, and it's a good way to support other artists by using their art, and I think it's really awesome, and I'm definitely going to do that again in the future. I still have a bunch of Sketch O'Shea stickers that I want to put on it that I don't want to go to waste. But I think I'm gonna start painting on my sketchbooks a little bit more, especially if I get more moleskins, because the paint is just going on so well on the sketchbook, and also it just customizes it so much more and makes it so much more personal. And I really enjoyed the process, and as I was making it I was like, oh, people are like gonna see this all the time, and I was like, that's kind of fun. And I don't know, it was just really fun customizing the outside of the sketchbook rather than just customizing the inside. So yeah, I think this is going to become something that I do much more often. Then next I started working on Rapunzel, who is just kind of in the corner of the piece. And I started off doing like an outline of her with a white Artex marker, which I'm very glad that I did, because my original plan was just to go on straight with the colors, but that would have been very annoying because the yellow Artex marker doesn't have as good of coverage as all the other ones do, which is to be expected with yellow color, because I feel like with most paints in general, yellow is always going to be much more transparent than any of the other colors are going to be. So I'm very glad that I ended up going with a white base coat beforehand. It really made the colors just pop so much more. But my original Rapunzel sketch that I did on the cover, something about her just like did not look right proportionally. I think her body got like very squished. And because also I didn't do any like practice sketches in my sketchbook for this piece, I was kind of just winging it off of like a reference photo that I found. But yeah, my first attempt at that did not go very well. She looked a little weird, so I ended up covering it up with the background colors again, and retrying it. And I'm very glad that I did end up going over it, because this one turned out so much better than the old one did. She looked much more like she did in the movie painting. This whole painting is definitely not super movie accurate, but I'd say I got pretty close to how it was in the movie. But yeah, this Rapunzel just turned out much better, much more proportionate than the other one was. And I think the colors were okay. I definitely think if I were to mix my own colors for like her dress, it would have been a little bit better. But you know, the Artex marker colors are a bit limited. But I think I got it pretty close. I think in the movie, her dress that she painted in this painting was a little pinker, but I didn't really have a marker for that wasn't like too dark, so I ended up going with like this lavender color, and I think that still works. And then I finally got into what was my personal favorite part of the painting, which is the floating lights in the background. That's like the whole main piece of the painting. And also I just found them like the most fun to paint. It was just a bunch of like different squares and little dots, with my favorite color yellow. So I don't know, it was just really fun to just like add them all and watch them like spread out and get bigger and bigger. But what's a little annoying is that as I was painting these, of course my phone decides to run out of storage, and did not record majority of me making them. What I first did for the lantern, since you won't be able to see it because my phone decided to hate me, was I started off with the light yellow and I just made a bunch of different shapes in the sky, just a bunch of squares and rectangles and other rectangles, and then I went in with a darker yellow and I went over some of them, not fully coloring them in with a dark yellow, but giving them like a ring light around them of a darker yellow, just so it seems like they're glowing a little bit, which is also what Rapunzel does in the movie, so I'm being movie accurate. And then I went over a few, like the background of a few with a little bit of a lighter blue, again, so it seems like they're glowing, which is again what she does in the movie, I think. At least that's what it looked like in the reference photo I was using. And then I did a few purple ones because I thought I saw that in the reference photo, but looking back, I kind of wish I didn't do a few of the purple ones. I feel like they look a little out of place, but I think it's okay. Because it's kind of what it looked like in the reference photo, but I don't know if maybe it was more of the blue. I don't know, but I think it's fine. Maybe I'm being nitpicky, but I don't know, that's just a personal preference. But overall, I think it was super cute. And then I went in and I added a few little gold touches to some of them, and I also added some gold to her hair, since one of the Archex packs that I have came with like a metallic gold color. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to add a little bit of like shininess to it. And now that the painting is finally done, I went outside and I gave it a primer spray with this like glossy spray that I have. And I really think that tied it all together, and it's also going to make sure that it doesn't like chip off or anything. And this is the final painting. I think I got it as close to movie accurate as I possibly could. I don't think it's super movie accurate, but also I wasn't really going for movie accurate. I was going for just like my recreation of it. But I think overall it turned out really cute, and I had a lot of fun making it too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this one was kind of a quick one, but you know, this was a simple painting and I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. But I hope you guys still enjoyed, and I hope you consider liking and subscribing to keep up with more videos that I have coming your way. School for me starts up soon, so I hope I'll be able to keep a consistent schedule. But if not, just know I am not giving up on this channel. I'm going to continue posting as much as I possibly can. And yeah, and if you want to see that, consider subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!